Alright, I am back with another Genshin Impact video. I know it has been a while since I did one of these, but I've been covering a lot of Destiny stuff because of the new season, and there's always stuff to talk about there. We'll see Outriders demo. Plus, Genshin videos don't do that great, but I don't know. I'm not in this solely for the views, and I like covering games that I am playing a lot. And I essentially have been playing Genshin Impact every day, even if it's just to do my login stuff and spend my resin and things. And the project I have been working on is Hu Tao. I have a C2 Hu Tao, so I pulled her 3 times, and I've spent the past 2 weeks or whatever it's been getting all her ascension materials and talent materials, and I already had a level 90 weapon for her. I did not pull her weapon, but getting her up to be level 90 and as maxed as I can get her at the moment. I was going to do like a Hu Tao build and like go through that and stuff, but I kind of wanted to make a more meta video because the whole Hu Tao process has gotten me to realize that like I think I went too far this time. And I think I got to scale back Genshin a little bit. I am, this is a game that is gacha focused and wants you to spend money to pull characters. Before, I would be fine saving up gems and then spending some money to try and like get a drop of a character. But then it escalates, and then you're like, okay, well, 1-drop's not good enough. Like, I want a C1 because that C1 perk is so great. And like, oh, but did you hear about the C2 perk? And so in this case, like, I couldn't even be satisfied with like getting a C1 within my first like 60 pulls or something. I'm like, all right, I need C2. And then of course that took 150 more pulls. So you can see things are kind of getting out of control. And it's not like a literal gambling addiction. I haven't spent like a bazillion dollars on this stuff, but like I'm coming to realize that like there's no real gameplay reason to even be doing this. And the more of these kind of powerful characters that I've collected, the less I feel like I need more. And so like I just don't know if I can just keep up this desire to get every single new character that comes out and like max them all, because there's not really a point to it. And like I kind of wrote an article about this earlier where once you get a pretty solid team, like a team of 80s and 90s and that can take on pretty much any content in the game, there just isn't a reason to really keep maxing characters like as they come out. Like there's some amount of power creep where like the new ones are usually stronger than the last ones, and yet there's just so little in the game that actually requires like truly powerful characters that I don't even know like what the point is really. And like this is kind of, in a way it's good, because this means all of the new events and stuff that come out for Genshin Impact don't require you to be really high power at all. Like you can do all the new events and most of the new story quests and things like that at almost any level. I mean, the minimum requirements are very low, Evie. That was perfect. Okay. The minimum requirements are very low, so it's very open for free-to-play players to kind of just do whatever they want. And like we've seen, maxed out free-to-play accounts beating like level 12 Spiral Abyss and stuff. So like it's not impossible to do with the right gearing and right equipment. But like there's no point to like getting like every 5-star and C1 to C6 versions of them, because there's nothing in the game to challenge you that much. And like I'm doing this wrong too, because the characters I'm going for, like I'm not really even properly thinking about team composition or anything. Like I had Keqing, who was my main DPS, and then I got Zhao, who was kind of redundant with her because he was another main DPS, and then Hu Tao's main DPS too, and also a polearm. And it's just like these characters are all like not really working well together anyway. And I should be investing in like support characters I already have, like Xingqiu, and I did Noelle for some shields and stuff, but Bennett and things like that. Like I should be investing in those more than caring about like getting a C2 Hu Tao. And like, is she fun? Yeah, she's fun. She's strong. C2 is obviously very strong. It's a little annoying to try and balance her constant lack of health with not accidentally dying, but you're supposed to keep her at low health because that's when she does the most damage. But like I have a level 90 Diluc, I have like a level 80 Xinyan, level 80 Jianling. Like I have fire covered, I have pole arms covered. Like I really didn't need to do this, and I think I just kind of need to shift my Genshin mindset to like I'm fine keeping up with the game. Like I'm fine, leveling up the characters I have is like a backlog, as Lord knows I have plenty I could invest in. But I don't feel like I need to keep doing this, like must get every 5-star, must, max them, must, get a couple constellation levels. Like it's just, there's no point, and it's too expensive. Evie, you squeaking. And I just don't see the reason to keep doing it. And I really wish there was more challenging endgame content to make this worth it. But even then, like, it's just fundamentally like paying to be good at the endgame content is not really how I love to play these games. And fundamentally, like, I enjoy the world expansion. I enjoy all the story quests and all the events they introduce. And you do not need to be a high power level for those. So I kind of just need to be content with continuing to play the game as a live service, because I think it's one of the best live service games out there, recognizing that it's always going to be gacha, and in a perfect world, I could be farming these characters naturally and getting cool weapon drops naturally, but that almost never happens. So I think I just need to kind of experience the story, and I'll save up the gems and go for pulls every so often, but I gotta stop this, like, ridiculous, like, I must have, C2 of this character, or like this event is a failure kind of thing. And like, because when you don't get it, it feels so bad. And then when you do get it, you're just like, all right, well, okay. But I don't know. So Hu Tao kind of taught me a lesson here where I think I need to both pick my investments more carefully, so I'm not just focusing on the same type of characters over and over, and then also just set a limit, like, no, you do not need multiple copies of this character and all their constellations and stuff, and you can play the existing content just fine with the roster you have, or like some smaller new additions that are not as crazy to invest in. Like Rosaria is a 4-star, and it'll probably be easy to get a couple of copies of her just pretty quickly, and then you can go with her and see what she's about. But the 5 stars, yeah, I know this train is never going to end, and I know it's still going to be tempting, but I think this is like, I ate one too many cookies from the cookie jar and I feel sick. Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling about my recent Genshin investments, shall we say. So that's kind of my takeaway from this. And I don't know. I don't know if I need to go through my Hu Tao builds. Like, she's very strong. Use the fire set. Her best spear is her one that comes with her, but I'm using Skyward Spine because it has energy regen. She's a little tricky to play because you have to constantly keep her alive and not dying, because she sacrifices an enormous portion of her health every time you activate her skill. But she's worked well with Chi-Chi and healing there and stuff like that. So she doesn't really fit into my team composition pretty much at all, but it's okay. Next time around, we'll see how Rosario goes in one banner from now. Venti is coming up. I have a Venti. I'm not going to go for a C1 Venti. That is my takeaway from this. I'm going to save my Primo Gems and not do it this time. That is my ultimate goal this time around. And I just want to play the new stuff. I know the Windbloom event looks fun. The new, like, Hangout Sim thing looks fun. Like, we'll see how that goes. And that does not require powerful characters at all. And I get why people get obsessed with this game. Like, it's very addicting. The characters are very fun. Like, the world is very engaging. Like, have you seen I'll throw any stuff. Have you seen the pictures in China of the KFC Genshin event, and like just swarms of people showing up to get like a Diluc branded bucket of chicken and a commemorative like pin and like some wings? Like, it's nuts. And like, people are going just crazy for this game, and like, especially in China, but like here too. I mean, there's a lot of big spenders here too, and you're looking at kind of one of them. But I'm trying to perform myself. So anyway, that's kind of where my head's at with Genshin right now. I'm probably just going to take it easy. I just hit AR 55, and like, to get to AR 55 is like 36,000 XP, and then to get to 56, it's like 240,000 XP. So like, it's clear they kind of just don't really want you to get that high. I think I've seen only like one level 57 in the game's history. So I'm kind of max at this point, and so I'm just going to take it easy, take the events as they come, and I don't know how many videos and stuff I'll make on the content, but I'll probably keep writing articles about the new events and stuff. So anyway, that's my Genshin update for now. You can laugh at me and my chasing of Hu Tao if you want, but I've earned it. But yep, Evie says bye. She's sleeping now after being wild, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.